Hey guys, welcome back to Kayleen's group. We're doing another fun StreamYard tonight. We're so excited to have Brandon and Tara here. We just had a little chat beforehand, and it was wonderful to kind of get to know them a little bit before we went live. But I'm so excited to have Kayleen and her group, obviously, and then Brandon and Tara here. And let's bring everybody in. Welcome.
What's up, y'all?
Hi. Well, hi guys. I'm so excited that you guys have joining. I think we're going to start seeing some people join in a minute here.
We have 7 people watching right now, so tune in. Let us know where you're watching from right now.
Exactly. So I'm so excited you're joining me because I'll tell you, our photo shoot in LA was seriously one of the highlights of my year so far. It was so fun. You guys were so cool. And I guess I just want to say thank you for doing it. Brandon, I had my heart set on you as my cover model last year. We were going to do this photo shoot. We talked about this about Regina, and we couldn't do it because of COVID. And so I'm super happy when we were able to reschedule and do it this year. So thank you. And then
Absolutely.
I made Tara do this. She didn't know me, and Brandon really didn't know me either. But I was like, please let your wife be Zoey because she's sweet. And the two of you you're just so sweet together that you were perfect. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Paid off, Kayleen.
What?
Your stalking paid off.
I know.
Yeah, sure
I'm an
did.
Instagram stalker for sure.
Yeah, no, it was a pleasure to be a part of it all, and I'm glad it finally worked out. It was obviously with the whole pandemic and everything, it was a roller coaster, nonetheless. But yeah, it was awesome when when we came back around and we figured it out, and I was able to convince this one to join the party.
So by the way, seriously, we were all we didn't know, Tara, what to expect a little bit because you don't say that you're a model. I know that you beautiful Instagram pictures.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I was like, you just rocked it. She went to the rain room and man, she was owning the whole. I think you were really the star of the show.
Oh, well, Thank you. I mean, I was like, I'm just going to play the part. I didn't know what else to really do other than that. I was like, I don't want to delay anything. I'm not going to try to, even though I had no clue what I was doing, but I made it work.
Yeah, I was like, where's my wife? Is this?
That's what I was going to say. What was the experience like for you if you haven't done something like that? How was that?
It was, I mean, I had no idea what to expect at all. When I thought of a rainer room, I definitely wasn't expecting that at all. Especially for the first scene, coming in with my hair blown out and then getting all wet. But that was honestly probably my favorite part of the day. It was so much fun and so unexpected, and I don't know, it was so cool. It was great. It was such a great day. It was so much fun.
Well, it's here, have a job. You get to make out with your husband and arrange a giant rain.
Right? Yeah.
It was a rough day in the office.
Well, so Tara, you have not had that much experience. I'm proud to say that I'm your first author, so who knows what the roles are going to roll in, or the offers are going to roll in. But Brandon, you've been a model for quite some time, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I started back in 2015-ish, maybe. I got a little later of a start in my life, shall I say? But I was, I think, about 26, give or take. I decided to give it a shot. I ended up, if you want me to start from when what sparked it all, I got connected with a talent agent that was just doing a one-off deal, helping me out. And funny enough, my mom connected me with her.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and my mom reached out and was like, "Hey, I know this talent agent. You should try it, or just see what she can do for you." So long story short, she ended up randomly connecting me with an audition, and I got the part. It was for Iggy Azalea music video.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I played an inmate, and I was in prison. So that was fun. And on the set, I met one of the art directors, and he started asking me questions. He's like, "So what do you do? Are you signed? Are you model? Are you an actor?" And I was like, "Hey, it's my first go at it, man. I'm just feeling it out, but I would love nothing more than to, I always had an interest in modeling. Just from at a young age, I would see billboards or see just ads and, magazines and all that stuff. I'm like, man, it'd be so cool to be a part of the process of all of that, whether I'd be part of it or who knew, I would be end up on the cover. So I ended up just taking his advice there, and I started using Instagram at the time to just start tagging different photographers in LA, and I started networking, and shortly thereafter I started shooting with some of the photographers throughout LA, and just started building my portfolio and connecting. And how I trickled into the romance world was I ended up shooting with a photographer that questioned me and was like, "Have you ever thought of being on book covers?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, like novels, like book covers." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So he ended up connecting me with one production company, and I started shooting with them periodically. That's where you ended up coming across, stock images and all that. Man, who knew? But romance novel world is pretty fun. So, and I did get signed. I'm no longer signed currently, but I was signed with LA Model Management and Elite Model Managements out of Miami, and some boutique modeling agencies when I got started, nonetheless. But now it's all been independent. I think I covered it.
So when did you guys meet? Like, were you modeling when you met, or did you? I mean, how did that happen?
Yeah, I just came out the door. My hair was flowing. He was in awe.
Definitely not. He was in awe at me from the second I pulled up.
Yeah, she pulled me. She's like, "Whoa." Yeah.
Yeah. But we met through our moms, actually. So, my mom, his mom actually has been at I don't know if you're familiar with the Rouse grocery store. Do you guys have that?
Okay. LA. Yeah.
Yeah. His mom started when she was 15 or 16?
My mom started working as a cashier at 16 and a half. She was at Ralph's in the Valley out here for 40 something years, 44 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And our mothers were pregnant with both of us when they met. And that was where we, 30, we're coming up on 5 years now.
Yes.
Yeah. So when we were 28.
Do the math.
Yeah. 28. I'm trying to do the math.
It's okay.
Yeah. 29. I was like 28, 20. Oh,
29.
You know why I say that? Because my mom was aggressive with every mother that my mother met that had a daughter was someone that my mom wanted me to meet. I'm tired of it. So I was like, "Mom, stop." I was like, "Mom, stop, please. Just I appreciate your help, but just let me be for a little while." And she came around with Tara, and she's like, "Hey, I know, her mom, and there's this girl, Tara, I want you to meet." And at that time, I wasn't necessarily really eager to pursue a relationship. And I think I held off for about a year, and then it came back around. My mom threw it at me and said, "Here, I'm just going to leave the number, do what you want with it, but I think you should reach out." And I was like, "Okay, Ma, all right, thank you." And then I think it was like the next day, I was like, "Okay, I'll give her a call." And here we are, 5 years later, married and have a little one on the way.
Is she so excited to be a grandma? Or is she a grandma? Like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Tara has a sister. So her mom's already a grandma. My mom's
first one.
Yeah.
First timer. Oh, I bet she's so excited.
Yeah. So it's, it was pretty wild. And then our dads actually worked together. in the past, which it was just like a whole like small world of like coincidence. Yeah, his mom knew my whole family. I have like a huge family. So like his mom knew everyone in my family, all of my aunts, all of my cousins. And then our dads worked together. They're both in the sheriff department. So like they had their like first job together. So it just like all like circled back. It was very wild. Very, very meant to be, right?
I would say so.
It's almost like a novel. It really
I know. Like,
Yeah.
I know my next book.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Terry, your grandpa's really famous too, right?
Yes.
He sure is.
By the way, I watched it, but you tell
You
me.
did? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill.
Oh, should we say it or no?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Plug.
how many folks do we have on here now?
12 are watching.
All right. Well, to you beautiful 12 people, if y'all have Netflix, go watch The Night Stalker.
It's
Her grandfather is the lead homicide detective, Frank Salerno Sr.
That's amazing.
He's a legend.
And Enrico's on, by the way. We have our Enrico.
There he is.
You're shouting out to Enrico.
Here we go.
Oh, shout out Enrico.
Whoops.
Is he hopping on?
Yeah, there.
Ah, beautiful couple, dude. Oh man,
thank you.
I miss that guy.
Well, what's funny is that like Brandon and Tara's story with all these sort of cool things that, you know, make them so perfect. It's like the whole photo shoot and all the people that have been involved in it, a lot of magical moments too. And I think that Enrico, who we're shouting out to, is a model who is going to be playing Zane, who's on the 4th book that's coming out in September. And when we were doing the photo shoot in Minnesota, we were walking to dinner and we were just talking, and I said something about, oh, we're shooting Brandon and Tara in LA. And he goes, Brandon Katz? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh my God, he's a good friend of mine. It was just so cool. Like, I had no idea. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't plan it, but.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a small world. We were signed with Elite Model Management out of Miami several years back. And I don't know if anything's changed, but the reason why we ended to be signed was because Elite got rid of their men's division, and now they're, I think, predominantly just for women. But yeah, it was great when we connected, and he's an awesome dude. So
what are like, I know that he was telling me like the modeling industry is sort of, you know, like, what is it like in the modeling industry? Like, you say you're not signed now. What is it like? Is it everything you wanted it to be once you got involved in it?
It's a good question. I think there's different realities of it that maybe some don't recognize. You know, when you're signed, it doesn't mean that you're just like getting thrown just tons of work all the time and you're flying all over the place and all of that. It's pretty taxing. I mean, you got to be ready to go. And if you have any form of, call it normal life or whatever you want to call it, you know, it can interfere with a lot of things, and you literally need to be independently ready to just bounce and go and be on call and ready to go. So, and it's, just like anything, I mean, you know, it's not like you're making a ton of money up front, you know, right off the bat or whatever. So there's a lot of, you know, spending your own dime for a lot of stuff and flying myself out to Miami or whatever the case may be, you know, and, you know, there's those realities too, where not everything is always compensated, and, you know, and not every job is a big paycheck, you know, so, you do it for more of the portfolio and the exposure, and you try to build that and carry yourself forward, you know? So, you know, through that time, I mean, I had a lot of awesome experiences, and it was a dream of mine to actually get signed and say I was a signed model. And that was huge. And that was one thing that I never, it was always something that I didn't want to look back on and say, what if, or I should maybe, you know, what if I did that, or if I didn't? And I can say that I gave it a shot, and, you know, I at least got myself to where I was. And yeah, there's plenty of other things that I would love to do, but in the sense of getting older and recognizing the reality of it, it just wasn't something I wanted to commit to for forever, or for the long term. I mean, now I love nothing more than to having my family life and doing that, but doing it at my own, like when I choose to. And if there's something that comes up, like how we collaborated and all that fills my soul, my little creative soul, because it's still something I love. And I always love being a part of the process and the creativity of it and just being a part of something new. And that's what just fuels me on the side. We can all have our day job or do whatever we do. But just to have a little piece of that too, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
What's there? Oh, sorry, Kiki. No, Tara, you have a really cool. You work for a really cool company, and you have some really cool stuff going on. What are you up to?
Well, I'll be done with work in 2 weeks, so that is
right, because we got a show. Baby's coming.
Yes.
Where is she? Where is she?
There she is.
Here, yeah. So my last day is next Friday, which honestly I am ecstatic about. But, I work for a clothing company called Mason Gray. It's a luxury loungewear. Actually, I've been good friends with the girl who started it since we were like 15. She started it about 3.5 years ago. I don't know if you're familiar with like a farmer's market type of.
Yeah.
Okay, we started it just there at a farmer's market, and it just like blew up. Basically, we're sold in Nordstrom, Shopbop, Revolve, and then of course our website, direct to consumer, is where we do most of our business. But so yeah, it's still considered a startup since it's just like 3.5 years old. But we're a company of 4 people, so and then the owner 5. But it's really fun. I mean, I love like fashion. So before this, I wasn't in fashion. So when she offered me the job, I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. I can wear pajamas to work. Like, I don't have to like get ready. I literally roll out of bed, especially right now. It's like nice that I don't have to worry about getting all dolled up and all that. But yeah, so it's really fun. It's creative too. We have photo shoots a lot, and it's nice to be very involved since we are so small, like to help with like the design or to come up with names for the product, or, just being like involved and learning a lot about it, which is what I've always been interested in. So I'm very happy there, but I'll be happier when I'm home in a few weeks.
She's ready.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Allison says congrats to you.
Thanks, Allison.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, we did have some. So I've had on Facebook for the past week or so some opportunities for people to write in some questions, and I can start. But Kiki has, I think, the master list, but I'll start. So the one question that I was going to ask you guys is, this is really for Tara, is it weird for you to see Brandon on all these covers? Like he's your man. Like, is it weird?
No, it's not weird. I don't know why it's not weird. Well, I didn't never
really? This is interesting to me. I'm intrigued. I thought you were going to say it's weird. No.
Weird. No, I mean,
shocked.
No, yeah. He didn't even actually show me the covers for like a while. Like, you didn't show me them like right away.
You didn't Google him?
No. What's funny is before we met and my mom told me about him, she never even showed me a photo. So I was the same like Brandon. I was like, you're not setting me up with anyone. Like, just stop. Just stop there. I'm never meeting him. Like, leave me alone. When it came back around like a year later, I still hadn't seen what he looked like. And so she was like, I can just Google him for you. And I'm like, what do you mean Google him? She like Googles him and shows me a photo. My mom has no clue really how to use the internet. So she just like clicked the first thing she saw. And it was a modeling photo, but it wasn't like anything on like a cover or anything like that. And I feel like it wasn't for a while into our relationship that you showed me the book covers.
Yeah.
I think from what I remember.
Well, I guess at the time, especially, it wasn't like I was doing, I guess I had like the stock images and stuff. And that was like was blown away because I still don't know everything that's out there, and randomly I'll come across or, you know.
Do you get tagged on Instagram maybe, like with people that have used your stock photos?
No, I think
Only me.
Yeah, only you really, and there's maybe a couple that tag me, but yeah, I think in general, some of my other modeling work has been tagged, and I'll be tagged on that. But usually, I like stumble across a new book. I'm like, wait, I think that's me. And then, yeah.
I want another book. So you have no idea how many book covers you're on.
I have no clue.
That's a good little research question for Kayla.
Yeah. I would love to know. I would love to know.
That would be a good little thing. I'm surprised authors don't tag you.
Yeah,
so,
authors out there, listen up. Tag
him.
This guy
on Instagram so he can go see.
Yeah.
No, I mean that cover was a stock photo, so
I saw you on one. There's one endless. Your book, your guys' book, the existing cover or the current cover, which is going to be replaced next week. So it's still charting. It's been charting since last year, but this week it was charting next to. I think I sent you a screenshot of that.
I saw that. That's wild.
And in my book, you're named Ty, and in that book, you're named Tex. And so the author, I tagged the author in a post, and she was like, "I think we should collaborate and write a book about Tex and Ty."
There we go. Look how that little stories. Yeah,
that's funny. What's the most unique booking you've had as a model?
Okay. Unique booking. Is this just in general?
Not romance, just in general. What's been it could be like the craziest thing and it turned out just like amazing, or just something that wasn't what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah. I mean, I think like a lot of the fun ones that I did was when I would be booked as like for runway and different like shows. I did several shows in Vegas. So there was it was, I think, for Moroccan Oil. That was actually interesting because that was a full runway show. I had my hair all braided out. I was wearing a crown on my head, and I was like, what is happening? But I was wearing my head braids.
Because aren't they styling you as you go and you're just kind of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then I just throw on whatever, and they're like, all right, you're up, and there you go. Run the walkway, the catwalk there.
Do you prepare for shoots? Like, what is your preparation process?
Preparation. I guess I never really prepared. I mean, if in a particular way, like if anything, I would just, eat healthy, keep myself looking at least pretty, decent, not looking like I'm homeless. And just, usually leading up to, a particular shoot or something. I mean, obviously I'll be a little more cautious on maybe eating habits and a little stricter on like working out and, just so I show up, how I want to show up.
Do you research, like before you met with Kayleen, did you like research her books and what type of books and genres she writes to get in character for her shoot?
I honestly saw the main book and I kind of got the vibe. I was like,
perfect.
I get this. Yeah, I get this.
I got this. This is me. Yeah. I can do it. Nice.
Well, we talked before, and I think when Tara and Brandon got on set, while they were getting ready, because we had only a few minutes. Well, we had to book the rain room. I mean, everybody wanted it apparently. So it was really tough, even during COVID, even at that time in February, just to get around all these different restrictions they had in the studio. So we only had like a window of time in all these studios. And so it was like, okay, you guys are getting wet first. Because we had a short window of time too for you guys and just like the whole day. So we had to really, really maximize the time. So we're like, all right, we're getting Brandon and Tara wet first. That's how it's going.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
I think it's amazing that like Tara just like went for it. Like that's like I'm still reeling on that. I'm like, because I've seen her TikToks and I've seen the video and the behind the scenes. And Tara, honey, you did great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Brandon was so nervous to ask me to like do it.
Well, because usually there's some hesitation that I might run into, and that's natural. I understand she's never done anything like it before. Me thinking of all the romance shoots in the past that I've done, and for all of whatever I was doing, I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I mean, being in an intimate, shoot like that, I was like, all right, let's see if let it go. Work with it, and I was.
I'm sure you guys had so much fun doing that.
Oh, it was a blast.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I'll tell you. I mean, if there's anything that I would have loved to do, it would be to do a photo shoot with my wife, and I could check that box off. That was an epic day all around. It was awesome because I mean, me doing it for the sake of me just loving it.
Right.
But when I get to incorporate my wife and have that as a piece of it, that's awesome.
Well, and I feel like you could feel the passion and the chemistry that you two, obviously love each other. So the fact that she got that from you guys, I think that's just amazing. And the fact that you work together and do all these fun things, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We just need to make it. We wanted to make it a fun day. Like it is a fun day. Like it for me. This whole experience is like the great joy of my life to actually, from being on the business side for so many years, to actually be a creative and be a creator and tell stories and make the stories visual. Like it's it's so much fun, and it's especially fun because working with you guys I just felt magical that day. I just felt like the whole day was super cool. So,
yeah, the readers agree with me. We're getting all kinds of Tara comments. Tara,
thank you.
Really feel you embodying the character.
Well, I want to
thank you, Emily.
What I really respected, though, Brandon, and we were communicating through Regina for most of it because Regina sets everything up. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
But now she does. She's doing
what
better.
people are supposed to look like and wear. But Brandon was very, when last year when we were doing the shoot to this year, he was, I just respected the fact that you're like, look, I'm not going to do any shoots with other female models. I'm just not going to do it. And I love that. Like that to me was not a deterrent to say, okay, I got to find someone new. I was like, no, it's a motivation to be friends with Tara because she's awesome. I have two of you guys, not just one. So that makes me very
Yeah, that was. I loved how it all came together, and like I said, I mean, having her a part of it was awesome. But yeah, it's just something in the beginning, it was one thing, and I only did it a couple times, I think, shooting with other models, but progressing through it and just doing what we're doing. I know that it gives her peace of mind that if I'm doing a shoot, I do it my way, for me. But if I need to incorporate a female, I'm booking her now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just need, your mom, you're a businesswoman. Now you're a model too with your husband.
Yep.
I love it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and our daughter will officially get to one day look at our book.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And wear her little LTZ onesie.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm actually doing all her baby laundry right now, so that will be in there so she can wear it.
That's awesome. Well, Kiki, do we have any final questions so we can let Tara and Brandon go have some dinner maybe? Because we're on the West Coast.
Everybody just agrees with us that they're a great couple and they're excited about their baby and everybody's congratulating. And thank you guys so much for taking the time and popping in here. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
I'm so excited for you. I know how you feel and you're ready.
I'm ready, yes. I have 5.5 weeks and counting. I'm literally counting down the day I can have a glass of wine. I can't wait.
That's always the goal, right? The milestone.
Yes.
Right. Well,
Yes.
readers, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you everyone for joining.
You come in here, and I guess this is till next time. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Good. Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you.